How are you doing today, lads and lasses? And welcome back to my channel for another video. So, this was originally supposed to be an unboxing video, but the figure I'm unboxing was a little bit too... it came with a lot more parts than I was expecting. And on top of that, I had a lot of interruptions during the filming process, more than I could really edit out and it still maintain a high quality film. So we're gonna start all over, and today's video is a figure I bought at Anime Expo last year. It is the Kanu Unchou Wet Uniform DX version, sculpted by Ryoichi Ikeda. Apologies, sir, for mispronouncing your name. It's a 1/6 scale PVC statue. It features Kanu as she appears in Ikki Tousen or Battle Vixens Dragon Destiny. So let's get to it. Before I throw all these parts out here, let's start the same way I started the other video, with the base. So just a plain piece of smooth plastic. Copyright 2007, made in China, Griffin Enterprises Incorporated, injection molded, you can see there. But one thing I really like about this one, and it looks like it's attached, looks like it's glued in there. There's a metal plate here on the front. Let's see if I can get it to do what I want. See if I can make it focus. Alright, and you can see it on there. It says Kanu Unchou Wet Uniform DX version Ikki Tousen Dragon Destiny, and at either end of the word at either end of the name of the show, it's got little yin yang symbols. Yeah, you can just barely pick it up there on camera. So this is very nice. I would very much like to see this on other statue bases. It's not very sturdy metal, but it's still something. It's a very nice touch, and it's almost flush with the plastic. So it's not. Well, actually, it's completely flush with the plastic. You can still hook a nail in there, but that's very nice. Anyways, a lot of parts. I was not kidding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. That's a lot more than what I was expecting. So let's start off with what parts. There's some interchangeability, I guess you could say. There's some stuff you don't have to have. So I want to draw attention. This is supposed to be wet uniform. They do an incredible job of making it look like the uniform is clinging to her skin. It really looks like a wet shirt. Very nicely done. As far as the difference between the two chests, they're virtually identical, except one of them is battle damaged, so it doesn't have the material around her weapons. And this one makes it look like the shirt is actually there with a buildup of PVC. And it makes the nipples look a bit lighter as far as the pink color goes. So very realistically done, very nicely done. Now, of course, the shirt looks torn there and there along the top. Both of them have a provision for you to install her ribbon. So very nice. The ribbon itself is a continuation of the top of her uniform. You can see where it's got the yellow right there. While we're on the headpiece, we're not going to put it on there just yet. You can see the face is nicely done. Even though you cannot really see it behind the hair, her eyeball is there, accurately colored. And the face is very good. a representation of the character. It's not nightmare fuel like we've seen before, or some outlandish misinterpretation. Holy crap, trying to fit my tongue around the words. The hair is all very flexible, excluding here in the back where it's quite solid, much thicker. Here at the end, it's got a spot where you can put hair ponytail on, and the ponytail has a flat spot where it can lay on the ground as well. Alright, left hand. She's got her hand out. This is a supporting point. This figure has 3 points of contact with the base, wearing her signature padded gloves for fighting, and it has the sleeves for her shirt on there. Right arm, you can see her hand is modeled so she can hold her spear, and that you do have to insert the shaft of the spear into her hand before you can affix the spear head. The spear does have a rather pointy end on it that's actually painful to poke your hand with, and I have some rather callous hands. I've spent years working building houses before. The blade, it looks like painted plastic, but overall it's got a finish on it that makes it feel like there's a blade's edge there. The corners are very pointy, and the wolf's head is extremely detailed, almost exquisitely so. Lots of detail and attention went into this figure. Very, very incredibly done. And the last piece, we've got her lower half. Hourglass waist, white socks, white underwear. The socks are accurate to the show, as well as the brown loafers. A very nice backside, and they even went so far as to mold a slight divot there. So accurate female, semi-accurate female anatomy, including the hip bones. The skirt, of course, goes on, and this is a very snug-fitting skirt on her person. It's a snug fit. Of course, they use short skirts in the show, so everything is still on display. That's where her arm goes down her back. Now, as far as assembly goes, if you get one of these yourself, I highly recommend putting the right arm on, and there is only one way it'll fit. And then you're going to want to place the head onto the torso. Okay, there we go, there's that. Bob's your auntie. Then comes the right arm. Do not put the head on first. It's much harder to put her right arm on if her head's already on. Attach the upper body to the lower body. Alright, there we go, and like you can see, there's her arm right above the skirt, and then the spearhead goes on. Okay, now one thing you'll notice is that the spearhead does sit lower than her body, so it's pushing her forward. You can see how everything's reacting. It actually pushed her body apart. That's where the stand comes in. So when she is resting on the display and everything is put together the way it's supposed to, get the spear in the right position, her hand will be in contact with the base, as will her feet, her knees, and the spear will actually sit off the edge just a wee bit. And you can see there. how it sits below the base of below the base for the figure. But overall, a very nice figure. I'll admit, I overpaid for it a little bit. They are listed on Amazon. Well, I checked online a few days later. There were a few listed on Amazon for less than what I paid for at the con, but not by much, $10-15 at most, and there weren't very many of them. So I'm gonna figure out how I should display this, where I should display it, and which top I should use, and whether or not to use a skirt. If you have any suggestions for me, please leave them down in the comments below. I would love to take it into account and alter my display based on your preferences. Of course, if I take someone's advice, I'll post the pictures to my Facebook page, Instagram, social media, etc. If you like today's video, please hit the like button. If you're subscribed already, hit the notification bell. If you're not already, then please do subscribe. We're doing regular videos every single Friday, 4 p.m. Central Time. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in, and I'd like to thank my patrons for supporting me, helping me make videos like this. If you like watching unboxing and review videos for morale patches or figures like this or anime box sets like I've done in the past, please consider supporting me on Patreon. It really helps me put these together, these videos. I'll leave a link in the description box, of course. And if you don't feel like chipping in $1 or $2 on Patreon, you can always go support me by buying my morale patches from tacticalbaconpatches.com. So, we'll see you next Friday for another video. And as always, stay crispy out there.